It is Wednesday, May the 19th, and this is my daily thought. This is going to be kind of short. I just wanted to check in right quick. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. I just finished doing a reading for the collective for anyone who needs to hear, which for those who may not know, the daily 3 tarot, the quick 3, that's for the collective. It's not in depth. It's just, 3 cards and that's pretty much it. For the anyone who needs to hear readings, I just pull cards until I feel the need to stop. And I'm giving information based off of the cards and also based off of any dreams that I may have had, and passing that information on is what I do. And as I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Speaking of resonating, I did a reading, and I meant to do this daily thought sooner. When I did the Taurus reading for mid-May, it was heavy energy. And I even said at the beginning of the reading, I have to take a sip of my lemon water. Okay. I even said at the beginning of the reading, I really don't want to do this reading because it was so heavy. It dealt with physical abuse. However, I still did the reading, and it was a general reading. And because something told me, you have to do this reading. And I did. Well, back, I believe that was yesterday morning, I woke up around, I want to say close to 4 a.m. I woke up and I happened to check my phone, and I had seen a comment about my reading. And they said that the reading I did was their story. And they thanked me for doing the reading. I honestly, it's one of those things where it's always nice when people can say, oh, wow, that resonated with me. Because I always say with tarot cards, everyone interprets them differently. Everyone interprets tarot cards differently. And how I interpret them would be totally different from how someone else may interpret them, and, vice versa. So what I say may not resonate with someone, but then someone can see the exact same cards and say something and it may resonate with them. However, it's always nice to know that you can reach people, and the story that you're telling through the cards, the energy that is coming off of the cards, that you're actually connecting with someone. With this particular situation, it was one of those bittersweet things where I was happy that the reading resonated with her and that it helped to some degree, but then I was sad because of the subject matter that was discussed, and that subject matter happened to resonate with her. And when she said, this is my story, and gave me details in the comments, and you can check it if you go to the Taurus reading, it's one of those things where it just blows your mind sometimes. And I really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. Tarot cards are so cool, so interesting. It's just, the energy can be heavy sometimes. It can be really, really heavy sometimes. So I just wanted to check in and tell everyone that, of course, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the podcast. I sincerely appreciate it. Over these next few days, as long as the universe, God, and the angels give me energy, I will be working my buns off. I have to make sure I get enough sleep, enough water, enough food, and everything else. Because over these next few days, I plan to do a lot of uploads, like a ridiculous amount of uploads. Where for those of you who have been faithfully following the podcast, you're going to be like, whoa, this is a lot. I promise you, you're going to be like, whoa. I also have an interview tomorrow. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, because Mercury is in pre-retrograde right now. But it's going to be with a love coach. So I will be interviewing her tomorrow. And once I have that interview done, I will upload it to the podcast, which will be a new segment I'm adding to the podcast where I'm interviewing people in doing that. And you will see more of that too. So yeah, that's happening. Everything is just moving almost at the speed of light. And I'm doing what I can to keep up with everything that's happening is what I'm doing. Because again, I'm sort of a one-man show, and it can take its toll on the body. It really, really can. And everybody already knows my condition when it comes to my body. So I have to be extra careful and extra prayed up and everything else. So yeah, I will keep everyone posted. But don't be surprised especially if you're subscribed to the podcast and all of a sudden you keep getting these notifications like, oh, this episode, oh, that episode, oh, this episode, oh, that episode. Don't be surprised if that happens over the next few days. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Anyways, let me get going. Until next time, be blessed.